The path is your own journey.
Right.
The initiate has to go on its own journey. And you can't take nothing with you. And you at the goddamn crossroads. And the crossroads is, are you ready to go to the next level?
Yeah.
Because guess what? I can't take you to the next level. You got to make that decision.
All right, so we got to talk about betrayal. And I ain't going to lie, this is something that I don't truly understand wholeheartedly because I've never been a jealous person. I've never been an envious person. My heart just not built like that. My heart is not built to look at those around me or anybody in opposition. My heart is not built to hate somebody or just have malicious intent, even in my own thoughts. And it's some of us out here that we don't wish the worst on our worst enemies. We just not built like that. So a lot of times it'd be hard to handle betrayal. So I want to go to a actual very short Bible scripture that stuck out to me. And y'all know I ain't religious or nothing like that, but we accept all truths over here. So Matthew 10:36, it says, your foe, your enemy will come from your own household. Betrayal has to come from your own circle. It has to come from your own household. You cannot get betrayed by a stranger, right? So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be your family and it's going to be your friends, because these are the people that see your highs, they see your lows. They they know things about you that the average person doesn't know. Some of them could even see blind spots that you might not be aware of. But let's talk about the biggest blind spot you gotta have to be betrayed. It's really just your own heart. It's really just your own love, your own compassion for a person could be used against you. Because, when we talking about family, we talking about friends, we talking about people that we are connected to, that we consider our very own. When I go outside, I represent my family. I represent where I come from. I understand that the decisions that I make will affect my family. So I understand that I'm an individual, but at the same time, I'm a part of a whole, right? So when we get a person that's the one that betrays someone, this is a person that is with you, but they not actually with you. So they are a spectator to you. They're a spectator to the things you do, the things you say, your vibration, your frequency. These are people that will feed off of you and at the same time talk shit about you, talk down about you, remix your whole character. And betrayal another thing about betrayal, it takes time for a person to betray you. It's done over time. And a lot of times people betray you little by little by little by little. And by the time you find out or it come out or it's exposed, because it always get exposed. By the time you find out, you probably done gave this person an arm, a leg, a bed, a chair, you know what I mean? Your time and your energy. I'm speaking to those of us that give freely. You feel me? But what we got to grow to realize is that anything given freely goes unappreciated. These people start to feel like because you have the level of awareness you have, because you accomplish certain things, because you just are who you are and you vibe how you vibe, and you one of them ones, they feel like you supposed to make space for them. They feel entitled to your energy. These are the type of people that betray you. So like I said, imagine somebody that's sitting with you while you're crying, sitting with you while you're going through it, sitting with you when you're sharing your most intimate secrets with them, your most vulnerable spaces with them, eating with them, giving your last. Because like they said, your enemy come from your own household. While you're eating with them, just like Judas in the Bible, you eating with them, you breaking bread, you taking care of them. They really living off your spirit, off your energy. And it don't even have to be something you give them. Energy is everything. It could be a conversation. A lot of times it's just you always doctoring this person and helping them out in an emotional space, in a mental space, being a mental crutch for them. helping them with their issues, that the energy they ain't able to transmute, right? So while they sitting with you, while they eating with you, while they eating off of you, while they feeding on you, they're looking at you through a distorted lens. Because remember, people can only see you as far as they can see themselves. And those of us that are old souls, yo, we have to be careful. I just said this in the last podcast. We got to be careful because people, like I said, people will get close to us. They'll think we got some fast way to our happiness and shit like that. And when they find out that it's work you got to put in, it's tedious, it's commitment, it's devotion, that's when a person turn on you. So a lot of times the betrayal come from a person that see they not willing, able to hold the amount of light you hold. They're not willing or able to deal with the amount of darkness that you deal with and transmute that energy and integrate that energy and become an individual, become satisfied, become content with life. So because their discontentment, they project it onto you. So betrayal come in so many ways, and it always come at a time when you at your most vulnerable point. That's when you always find out. And I think it's it's a reason for that. Cause ain't nothing better than being at your lowest point and then finding out you've been betrayed, or even that betrayal being the gateway to you being at your lowest point, because our lowest point is where we build our foundation at. That's what people don't understand. And I'm talking to those of us that we don't have the luxury of pretending. We don't have the luxury of acting like we don't know. We don't have the luxury of being normal or whatever the fuck that is. We don't have the luxury of being able to fit into a crowd. So it become a lonely journey to a certain extent. So when we get betrayed, we don't have the luxury of being vengeful, spiteful, petty. Our heart ain't built like that. Our relationship with God, with the universe, is not built like that. So we quick to forgive our enemies. However, don't be so quick to just let shit go. You got to study your enemies. You got to see how, and how do you study your enemies? You study yourself. You study all of the little leaks and little open spaces and voids that allowed you to let these people come in your life and become a part of you and shit like that and gain your trust. What is it about you that made you vulnerable? Besides the fact, like I said, that we just got big hearts. A lot of us just got a big heart. We want to take everybody with us, but everybody cannot go. Because everybody is not capable to truly be with you. To truly be in communion with somebody, you have to share some of the same thoughts. You have to be went through some of the same experiences, went through some of the same traumas and emotions and things like that, so you could truly be in any type of thing with any person on any level. To truly feel a person pain, to truly have compassion for somebody, you truly had to, kind of be there in some sort of way yourself, right? So like I said, these people don't understand that because these people are spectators. They're spectators to their own downfalls, their own shortcomings, their own flaws. They look at them like it's not a part of them, so they don't deal with it like that. So they look at you, and they look at you like you're not a part of them. Even though you have made these people a part of you, even though you have fed these people, brought these people in your circle, consider these people when you make your choices. You consider these people when you move up levels in your life and shit like that. And all they could see you as is an appliance to be used. And it's a sad truth. And I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Betrayal hurt. It's gonna always hurt. And it's gonna always put you at your lowest point, or maybe be the gateway to your lowest point so you could build on a new foundation. And man, I didn't been betrayed by so many people that it's almost like that's just my life story. So I'm at a point now I already go into things with a different mind state, with a different view on it. And it's important to give people space. It's important to allow people to go on their own journey too, because a lot of the betrayal that I realized that transpired in my own life is just being hopeful for people, just being optimistic for people that couldn't do it for themselves, just being there, being a shoulder to cry on, being a phone you could call, being a conversation you could have, being a couple dollars you might need. Constantly showing people how to look on the brighter side of life so they could go on with their journey. And we gotta be careful, because a lot of the things that we bring to the world, a lot of our attributes and shit like that are intangible. What do I mean when I say that? It means you can't see them. You can't put a cap on them. It's shit that don't make the record, the scoreboard. Like Dennis Rodman, one of the greatest rebounders and defensive players in the league. His stats ain't always showed what he brought to the team. His stats ain't all, but his presence within the game, he did so much intangible things. Just setting the pick, just being rough, just being able to defend the best player and shit like that. Just being able and being willing to do the dirty work. And these are the people I'm talking to, because like I always say, everything not for everybody. So we like Dennis Rodman. If y'all don't know who Dennis Rodman is, go Google him. Another thing about Dennis Rodman, he was a outcast, an outlaw, and a rebel just by being himself. He didn't fit in, you know what I'm saying? But he guarded a lot of people. He sheltered a lot of people. He did the work that Michael Jordan didn't want to do and couldn't do. He did the work that Scottie Pippen couldn't do and didn't want to do. But his presence on the game, his effect on the game and on his team, which would be his family, was intangible. Shit that you can't just lay out on the table and say, oh, this is this and this is that. And that's how we get stolen, for our energy gets stolen a lot of times, and we get betrayed a lot of times, because a lot of the things we do for people, a lot of the effect that we have on their life goes unseen. And when we talking about this third dimensional realm right here, is based on things you could see, things you could touch, things you can count. So it's easy for these people to betray you and then act like you tripping. Act like you the problem. Start asking you, what are you talking about, and whatever the case may be. And you gotta be careful, yo, because people know how to ease up under you. And they, like, I remember this part. They're there, but they not there. So they with you, but they got ulterior motives. They with you, but they planning. They plan is a whole different plan. Even though in your face they laughing, in your face they smiling. Y'all making plans together, but they in the background are making plans apart. Because like I said, they don't view you as a person. They don't view you as a spirit or a soul. They view you as an appliance to be used. And when that use is not a need or no more, or want or desire, they do away with you. They put you down. It's like a can opener. After you open the can, then you no longer need the can opener. That's how they see you, treat you, and deal with you. So on their own time, they have thoughts and feelings and shit like that about you that you have no idea about. You feel what I'm saying? Yet, because of this third dimensional realm, though, they're able to play around like they with you. So they'll show up, they'll fake support you, they'll hug you when you're crying, they'll do all the things that on a surface level, it looks like support. It looks like connection. But you know damn well you're not feeling the connection. You know damn well it's a one-way street with these people. Yet you still fuck with them. You still get them grace, because you look at them on some level, and you look at them and say they need it more than you do. That's why they have to steal it. That's why they have to take it. So now, like I was saying about Dennis Rodman, he affected the game for his team and his family, even the whole culture, in a certain type of way that it's intangible. He set a lot of trends that he'll never get the credit for, and things like that. And he didn't get his proper credit. When it went, once his use was done up and they couldn't use him no more, they done away with him. Everybody went their separate ways, and whatever issues he had to deal with, he had to deal with them on his own. And that's what we got to understand. We on this path on our own. Don't never forget that shit. Because everybody not built to go to the top of the mountain. Everybody not built to go digging deeper and deeper and deeper. They might only want to go a certain height or a certain depth. And you got to respect that. They might only be built for that. But yet we try to drag people along. We try to make them a part of us. We try to fit them somewhere that they don't fit or truly had a desire to be, but they want the perks that come with it. They want to not truly be your friend, to not truly be your family in real life, but they want to reap the benefit of that. So that's why I'm at a point in my personal life where it's very few people that could contact me. There's so many people that I had hanging on my energy, and now that I done let them motherfuckers off my shit, oh my God, life is so much better. Life is so much more peaceful. Man, I can't explain it, but the shit do hurt though. It hurt to be with somebody every single day. Them seeing your flaws, your downfalls, and your wins and everything, and the whole time they never was on your team. And even the people that got so-called good intentions that play like they want to be on your team could be enemies by default just because of what they into. I always say this. The road to hell was paved with good intentions. So I got to understand, like, it's people that might do want to go to the top of the mountain with me, but they just not able to. They just not built like that. They might become a hindrance along the way. How did I learn this shit? Just by trying to drag motherfuckers with me all the time, being too open, being too trusting, being too giving with my own energy, feeling like, I'm just got an abundance of energy. But nah, we get drained after a while. Because one thing about it, when something ain't reciprocated, you're going to start to see that there's going to be a shortage on your end, and you get the shitty end of the stick every time. And these people don't got no remorse for you because they look at you like you're an Energizer bunny or something. They look at you like, oh, it just looks so graceful on the outside looking in, so they just let you do all the work and pretend that they right there with you though. When you hurt, they supposed to hurt. That's what family really is. Family's supposed to be seeking understanding with you, not talking behind your back, not making underlying deals with other motherfuckers. Because if you my family, then you fight in the spiritual realm with me. You don't let no demon inhabit your vessel and then let them use you against me. You get what I'm saying? It's another part of the Bible where Jesus was chilling, eating in the cave somewhere with the disciples, and his biological family came through to holler at him, his mom and everything. And Jesus told him, yo, that's not my family. They don't think like I think. They heart not like mine. They not on the same journey as me. So now I'm starting to understand that. Now I'm starting to realize I'm meeting family members that I never knew my whole life. Meeting strangers that I find more resonance with them than I did with people I've been around 30 years. Think about family and friends too. They watch you grow. They watched you when you wasn't shit. They watched you when you fucked up. They watched you when you was a dirty snot nose, and now you got a little something or whatever the case may be, and they still at where they at, or they still think how they think in that same mentality. So now you become a target. You become something that they need to pull down. Take heed. I'm recording this on August 15th. Happy birthday to Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that happened to Nipsey Hussle, that shit happened all over the world. That shit happened every day, on the smallest level to the biggest level. You know, and I like I said, I don't fuck with a religion and get caught up in no box of nothing, but it's true. Like, you really got to walk that same story Jesus walked. You really find yourself doing that here on earth now. People closest to you throwing stones, turning their back on you, distorting your image to whoever they could distort it to. Because that's what they do. They could never speak shit to your face. These people are cowards I'm talking about. They could never say the shit to your face, but they could go do a smear campaign on you, tell everybody, oh, nah, that ain't really what's going on with them. This is what's really going on. And because these people have been once close to you and the outside people view them as your family and friends, it's easy for them to believe these motherfuckers. So you gotta have your guard up, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying close everybody out. I'm not saying put yourself in a whole isolated situation, but you have to sit back and make sure people put in the same energy you putting in, not just looking like they putting in the same fucking energy. And when I say that, I mean, is they hardened it like yours? Do they have the same capacity to learn? Do they have the same thirst that you have? Are they on the same? Do they have that same intensity when they not around you? I don't want no motherfuckers that just want to act like they putting the work in when they come holler at me, but then when they on their own, they doing a whole bunch of fuck shit. Because that means you're not really with me. We're not on the same mission. Now, I'm not here to tell you how to get over the pain and the hurt of the shit, because it take time for it to become a lesson. In the beginning, it just feel like it's so fucked up, it's so catastrophic, because your heart built a certain way. You still love these people. You still love them. But God keeps showing you, the universe keeps showing you, like, this ain't it. Separate yourself. Like Beanie Siegel said, shorten up your circle before they hurt you, because they close. These people close. These people watch you sleep. These people stand over you and wake you up. Now, I've been hearing a lot about witchcraft the last 2 years, right? And I'm like, I have an overstanding of my power now. You know what I mean? So I don't give no power to no rituals or no witchcraft or nothing like that. But I'm understanding witchcraft is simply manipulation. It's simply having ulterior motives. It's simply saying one thing when you really mean another. So you tell a person one thing and have them thinking that's magic. That's an illusion. Also, when we talk about witchcraft, people keep talking about, like, yeah, people doing witchcraft on you and your family, people wishing bad on you and shit like that. That's what it is. It's for a person to take their energy, take their thoughts, and take their feelings, and they've been close to you too. So when they feel about you, when they think about you, it hold more weight than the average person. It hold more weight than a stranger just not liking you. And energy don't just die. You got to transmute it. So because these people having this much power, and I ain't even going to say power, but having this much insight on you, they could direct their energy towards you and start pushing out ideas towards you. And this is why we start having thoughts about people when they're not around. We start feeling certain feelings and getting certain intuitive nudges about what people saying about us, about how people truly feel about us. Sometimes we getting gut feelings and all type of shit, but because these are familiar vessels, because these are people we grew up with, because these are literally our blood family members, we can't see it. We want to be blind to this shit. We don't want to believe it, because we don't want to deal with the pain and hurt and the healing that we got to go through because of it. But let's remember, this is a war that we in. Life is beautiful, but life is also war. So when we talking about, I'm gonna get off this witchcraft subject, because people take this and they take it too far. But witchcraft, and I just heard somebody say this too, and they put it so well. It's simply someone manipulating you, making you think one thing when it's really another. Somebody not really clapping for you and really being there for you in the energetic space. Motherfucker could clap for you and put a smile on their face all they want, but are they really there energetically? Are you reaping the benefit of that support? Motherfucker could give you $1 million, help you pay your last month's rent, all kind of shit, and still be doing it from a empty space. So that energy means something. That energy has to be accounted for. And then you got people that are so powerless that they actually go do real rituals and find your hairs in your clothes and really try to do things like that because they desperate. And I never thought I'd be talking about something like witchcraft. But like I said, it's simple. Even down to the point of people making you allowing people to make you look down on yourself or feel less than yourself. That's witchcraft, because they distorting your perception of you. when they go tell everybody else and gossip about you and shit like that, they distorting people's perception of you. So now when people looking at you, they add into the energy of you ain't shit, or you a bad person, or you shouldn't have or shouldn't have did this. And I done had people hover over my own children and try to change their view on me. And that, you know, shit like that be my exit, because it's either like we gonna really have to get physical or something like that, because now you crossing the boundary, you putting thoughts and emotions in my children's head and things like that, my people that really love me head, and had them looking at me different or whatever the case may be, and adding to the energy of my demise. And like I said, these be the people that you probably pray for. You truly wish these people the best, but because they can't find that light within themselves, because they can't find a spark, because life whooping their ass, because they confused and they don't have no understanding within themselves, all they could do is project. Because here's the thing too, they not really seeking no true peace. They not really seeking no true knowledge, because knowledge is one thing, but the understanding is what bring the peace. And I'm learning peace is void of happiness too. It don't have to be, it's not about being happy. It's about being truly at ease with yourself, truly accepting yourself in this moment. So they can't understand why you don't need the glitz and the glamour and the confetti and the validation and the attention to be at peace with yourself. So they want to wreak havoc on your life. And if they can't do it directly to your life, they're going to do it to outside of you, so everybody else can look at you a certain way and they're not able to see you in a light that you really truly hold. And the times that we living in right fucking now, it's time to get real serious and put your real glasses on so you can see through these vessels, because these vessels are being used to attack you. These vessels are being used to take away from you and distort your image. And fuck up other relationships that you might could have had. Fuck up more business ventures, or just have you in a space of where you hurt and you trying to heal your heart and you can't reap your what the universe got for you. You're not open to it no more, because now you become closed down. Your heart might have got a little bit cold now, and you can't really reap what's for you when you got a closed heart. I had to learn that too. So on some level, betrayal is necessary, because it's going to make you do some self-inquiry. It's going to make you look at you, which is the only place you need to look. Because once you assess yourself, moving forward, you demand that from everybody else around you, especially after you've been betrayed. So betrayal is a gateway to self-love too. I will say that. Because I really turned to myself and really learned how to love myself through trying to fuck with other people, trying to make them a part of me, trying to take them on my mission with me, trying to take them with me and finding their life purpose and help them out and be on the phone 4-5 hours with these lost causes. And just being too optimistic about fucking people. Fuck people. Fuck them. Because all you really be dealing with 9 times out of 10 is a whole bunch of human conditioning. What do I mean when I say that? A motherfucker's engineered to be a certain way, to want certain things, to have certain cravings, and they will kill you over it. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. His foresight was way further. He was making plans for generations, and a person that only wanted a chain or a necklace or some shit wound up betraying him. Being able to get close to them. Being able to smell your motherfucking cologne. So, I ain't never saying be paranoid, but be watchful. Because when you got something that's precious, when you got something that's priceless, you got to protect it. Fuck all that being nice, high, fuck all that. You have to have some form of boundaries on you so that people could pick up on it and see that you ain't to be played with. And one thing, one of the biggest challenges, and it probably ain't much of a challenge because how we built, and when I say we, I'm talking about those of us that strive to let go of the things that hinder us, let go of the people that hinder us, those of us that actually have life as a journey, that see life as a journey, that see the interconnectedness and the synchronicities within life, and see how we connected to the Creator in a real space, not that fluffy shit. Those of us that really looked into our own heart and looked into our own motives and intentions and things like that and checked them. Killed a lot of thought forms and feelings and emotions that were no more cohesive to our journey. I'm talking to those people, because that is a hell of a sacrifice to, kind of break yourself down just to build yourself back up. Anytime we talking about spirituality, we talking about looking for the root of the issue, looking for the root of the problem, looking for the truth of the matter. And that's an ugly job. It's a thankless job, and it comes with a lot of grieving. So it's not like we need to be out here trying to avoid betrayal, but we do need to be out here trying to do our best to set boundaries for our own minds, hearts, and what's priceless. Because people will just come through and take it from you, steal it from you, lie to you, lie about you, lie on you. And like I was saying, one of the hardest things is not becoming a bitter motherfucker, not getting revenge, not becoming petty like them. Actually wishing the best for them. Whatever you do, pray, whatever you call it, you count them in. Like, I swear to God, anybody that think they my enemy, anybody that actually think they got a problem with me, they sadly mistaken, because my enemies are defeated, because I deal with the enemies within myself. And when I say the enemies within myself, I mean the things that harm me, the things that keep me from harmony within my own self. I fight with that every day. So then when it's done on the outside of me, it don't hurt as much. I could recognize it more. I could see the snake in the grass. And like they say, it's true. New levels, new devils. Don't let nobody come in the middle of your story and come around there Wednesday and Thursday and shit like that, and then write theyself into your story and act like they helped build the ark with you. Because they love to do us like Noah. You know what I'm saying? Nobody believed it was going to rain. Nobody believed it was going to be a flood and shit like that. But then when they see you over there building an ark after they've been talking shit about you the whole time while you building an ark, talking about how dumb you is, talking about how you can't do it and how small-minded you are and all that kind of shit and how limited you are. Then the rain come, they want to come in the ark with you. They want to come right up under you like it ain't nothing. Sit right in your face and eat and smile with you after they done added energy to point at you for your demise. Can you imagine being like that? Could you imagine sleeping with yourself after just being that type of person? I couldn't imagine it. And I'm a person that has done a lot of shit that people will say is, damn, that's fucked up. I've done things like, but betrayal's not one of them. I'm never set by somebody day in, day out, and I'm not truly with them. They not protected by me. They not in my heart for real. I wouldn't be with them. And this is the thing too. People will change. Like I said, they'll rewrite your history for you. They will rewrite your history for you. They will belittle everything that you've done for them. And 9 times out of 10, when they betray you, it be over the most petty thing. The most petty shit. You thinking it's big. You thinking they seeing the bigger picture. They seeing the sacrifices that you going through. They seeing all of the adjustments that you making within yourself, but they not willing to do the same thing. So they put on the front, and also they build up a nice, healthy hate for you. A nice, homegrown jealousy for your ass. Sit there. They hate how you chew in real life, though. For real, for real. They hate how you think. They hate how you look. So, it's war. And you got to be on point, and you got to protect what's valuable.